Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to show you a very simple forecasting technique for time series called simple exponential smoothing. And the general idea behind exponential smoothing is this decaying importance over time. This means that the values that just happen, or that happened, for instance, yesterday, would have a greater importance and a greater impact on our forecast than the values that happened 20 days ago. And that, for me, that makes just total sense. If you're interested in learning more about forecasting and time series, I have a course on Udemy that you can find a link in the description of this video. And the next thing that we need to do is just to kick it off. As a comment, we need to get some data. We need a couple of libraries for this. So library and then forecast is one of them. The other one would be the zoo library. So zoo. So here we go. Let's do Control Enter on both of them. And then the next step would be to get the data. So data, gold, here we go. So this is about the price of gold during about 2 or 3 years, I think. The next thing that I want to do is to have a look as to what I just retrieved. So let's just do gold over here. And what I can immediately see is that I have some NAs over here. And this is just something that I cannot have when I want to do this exponential smoothing. And what I'm going to do, there are just two things that I can do. One, I can just completely delete these observations. And then the second one is that, for instance, we have this NA over here. I just replace it with the value that happened before. And that is exactly what we're going to do. I think for the price of gold, I think that can potentially make sense. And what we do is that we are going to create this data set, and then we do this NA, then .LOCF, and then inside we include our time series gold, and then we include the condition, which is from last. So what we are going to do is that each NA is going to be replaced by the previous value. So I'm going to put true. Here we go. Control Enter, and now it should not have any NAs. And then the next step is to give some more information. So for this time series, it starts in 1985, and I'm going to say that it has a yearly frequency. So this is information that I wanted to have, because currently the way that it works is that it has this start and this end. So it doesn't start in a certain year. And then the frequency is 1, which is something that should not be. So it should be 365. So let's make the necessary changes. So data set, and then we do equal to, we use the function TS for time series, and then the initial one, so data equals to the data set, and then we put a start, so start equals to 1985, and then the other one is frequency, and frequency equals to 365. Let's do Control Enter, and if I run again my data set, what we'll see here is actually something different. So we'll see that it has 365, it has a start, and it has an end. So the year and as well the day. So let's kick it off now, our simple exponential smoothing. So simple exponential smoothing, and it's super simple. So we'll create a model, and then we'll use the function SES for simple exponential smoothing, and then we just include our data set inside, and let's do Control Enter. And then the next step is to plot our model to see how it is actually working. The figure margins are too large. This means that I need to zoom out. And if I run again my plot, now it should work out. Let me zoom in and increase the size. And the way that it works is that it applies and it gives me the forecast, which for simple exponential smoothing, because it is such a simple approach, then it is just this straight line that you can see. The simple exponential smoothing is thus very simple, and it is a starting point to this complex way of forecasting, which is the exponential smoothing approach. I want to show you in some other video how to do, for instance, this second exponential smoothing or the triple exponential smoothing, which are far more common to be used in the business world. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please give it a thumbs up, and until the next one, have fun.